Ainda antes da era do ocaso dos deuses, uma lenda ergueu-se para reclamar o seu lugar entre eles. E embora Kratos se tenha sentado no trono como o novo deus da guerra, ele foi assombrado por visões da sua família. Uma família que ele próprio assassinou. Mas as mãos da morte não o conseguiriam derrotar. As irmãs do destino não o conseguiriam controlar. E nesse dia, o homem, a lenda, Kratos, terá a sua vingança.
We're kind of the bridge between the ideas that Stig and the designers come up with and different 3D departments. We help visualize it on paper, painting it up, drawing it up in 2D, and then they take that and actually make the assets for the game.
You have to come up with cool design with limited of time. The design also has to make sense to the art director, game director, the lead artist. So it's definitely fun, but it's stressful.
What's usually given to us is a quick description and then sometimes a write-up on whatever that creature or character has to do, their function in game, and there's always sort of a highlight on special abilities or things that we need to focus on.
There's only 4 concept artists here. We all sit together, so we do get to see what we're doing.
I feel like I should know a lot more about Greek mythology by now. I should have my PhD degree or something.
Yeah.
But still, a lot of times, I just sort of make up a lot of things, and it's still a lot of fun.
Right now, as you could see on my monitor, working on Pandora's Cage. This is a final concept design that was proved and it's good to go. But to get to this point, there was a lot of sketches, a lot of color variation, a lot of input that I had to get through. We've tried maybe girls hanging together or We tried maybe girls holding the fire torch, or we even tried the guys holding a cube, or we even tried the guys holding the torch. So after all this variation, the one got picked, which was this two characters, Icarus. Because I mainly focus on environment, I took a lot of pictures of myself. Actually, it was my wife took it for me last night. It's kind of embarrassing to show, but I'm wearing my boxers and just shirts. Just try to come up with the pose that I want, even the back part, the front side, and even the hands. So a little frustrating because I do environment paintings, which deals with a lot of rectangles and cubes and where the light is gonna head and all that. But when it comes to character, it's more organic. For me, it's more difficult.
It's palace for the gods. These are the basic thumbnails I showed to director. Then from here, we start to bring in all these location elements where each portion of the buildings are representing different levels. It's not just figuring out the entire look of the place. I also have to figure out how each sections are connected. The actual elevation of the location and how it's connected has to be pretty accurate. Every time I do a second pass on the concept, it raises so many questions again. Feedbacks means change, and after that, it raises different questions, and another meeting, and feedback again, and changes. So it started with a very ambitious and very inspired task, and then slowly became a big headache. But the funny thing is, you never get to see this scale in actual game, because actual gameplay only takes place in this top section here. Like you see, it is entire concepts being drawn out from the entire mountain towards the balcony area where the most gameplays take place.
One of my most favorite tasks was to create Aphrodite, the goddess of love. My chore, as it were, was to create the most beautiful woman that ever existed in Greek mythology. Here I've got some initial sketches. There's a lot of Greek art that involves, sort of the bare breast and things like that. So we were trying to come up with a way of framing these really feminine aspects of this character without being like just vulgar. I originally had her hair always bound up, very Greek-like, but they really wanted it hanging down. This is the final three-quarter view of Aphrodite. As you can see, some of the stuff that I had originally concepted in the other pieces did stay. One of the mandates for the character was that she have a girdle made by Hephaestus. Some of the backstory is that Aphrodite was given as a wife to Hephaestus by Zeus. In original Greek mythology, she cheats on Hephaestus by bedding down with Ares, the god of war, the original god of war. He punishes her by catching her in a trap with Ares and sort of parades the two of them in front of the other gods to shame them. And she was ashamed. She's a naughty girl. But in our story, he just kept her trapped. We've got various somewhat sexy, bondagey entrapments that we've worked up. So the modelers will take this and build, Aphrodite in the flesh. And I must say, I'm really looking forward to see what they do with it.
Do you know how long it's been since a real man has come into my chambers? Those bridges outside are nearly destroyed. Zeus refuses to have that stupid mortal Daedalus stop working on his precious labyrinth to fix them.
I'm Max Ankar, the senior effects artist, and working on God of War III. This is my new helper or friend. Hold on. Let's restart that.
I speak in clicks.
Okay, wait, hold on. Ready? This is my partner, Jesse, Cheese Whiz. That's all I can say. I'm working on God of War 3 here, making the greatest effects. Got a partner now, Jesse. He's awesome. It's gonna be great having some help on God of War 3. And yeah, cool.
Instead of the last one just leaking out, this one should spray like kind of like more like an artery. Whoop. Oh.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
And what we found out, the simplest one was just like kind of like a water bottle filled up with movie blood. And that kind of gave them almost best squirting effect out of all the blood.
I think we got some good blood today. I know my partner here, Jesse, sacrificed a lot to help out. He donated the blood for us, and I'm really glad we had Jesse here to help us out.
He's sweet.
Yeah, Jesse's really sorry. Jesse, watch out. Okay, thank you. We used a couple little parts of it right here. This is the film blood. You got a series of images that you rendered out. You put those on the polygonal cards, and that's what you're throwing out of the particle system, basically, or splatting on the ground. That's kind of what's going around in the game, is the little blood splatters when Kratos gets hit or enemies get hit.
This recording session for God of War that we're starting today is the culmination of a lot of preparation. This is definitely the most complicated session I've ever put together.
I'm gonna go get a sweatshirt. We should go in the other room while we can, huh?
One of you here and one of you here. How close do you need to be? Here, just duck under the microphone. We need to take a couple minutes to readjust where things are. I'm a little nervous about this session, just the number of variables. We've got a lot going on. 2 actors at a time. We've got a lot of people going to be at the session. We've got facial capture, we've got teleprompters, we've got all kinds of stuff. It's a new studio. There's room for error, but I like to think that I've nailed everything down before we got there. But I'm definitely, my breath's coming a little shorter today than it normally does. We are moments away.
What was it, Kratos?
All I remember is what I have lost.
That is why you should give me the power. I understand its true meaning and
my character, I like to think of her as she thinks she's doing something good, but in reality, she's trying to take over the world.
Kratos, she is the key to our revenge. I trust you to do the right thing, Kratos.
You shouldn't.
Kratos, I found out, is a piece of me that I kind of didn't know existed. It's kind of a dark side that it really is fun getting a chance to explore.
I delivered your revenge on Zeus.
My vengeance ends now. I owe you nothing!
When you have the other actor in the room, you're able to come up with a rhythm. It makes it more real.
I really, really like it. It gives you a chance to play off of what the other person is doing as opposed to doing it by yourself.
We're getting so much from this performance that we wouldn't normally get. I'm totally stoked about it right now.
You owe me this, Kratos!
I owe you nothing!
Bravo. That's perfect. Awesome.
Excellent.
That was it. That was it.
I knew you'd come back. I've never worked with the prompters, and it's really freeing for the actor because, you know, you're looking straight ahead instead of always, you know, face down in the page, and it's really a cool experience.
Find the labyrinth! Ah! Ah! Please! Help! Kratos!
One of my favorite things to do is scream. I really, I don't know why. Maybe, no, I don't know why. I saw Zeus torture my father. I just try really a simple approach to it. It's bringing those words into your character and actually thinking a thought before it. It makes it more real. They called me a monster.
Beautiful. Natalie was new. We had never worked with her before. She was an ace. She totally knocked it out of the park.
Many more variables than a normal voiceover session for a game today, and it went very, very well. I'm happy with how today turned out.
It's phenomenal. Phenom.
That's all that really matters is Stig is happy, and if Stig's happy, we're all happy.
Who
is Hercules? Well, it was me for 7 years on TV, so this is a whole different look. I didn't quite have that look. I had kind of more gear on, and I didn't weigh, 4,000 pounds. This guy's like about 12 feet tall.
They called them labors. Ha!
There you go.
That was good. That was really good. Yeah. Kevin Sorbo was obviously an easy choice because he's Hercules, but not necessarily in terms of the way that he's played Hercules in the past, a little bit of a departure. Can we get, but this kind of brother,
more
seething?
But this time, brother, this time I will destroy you.
That's good.
In this game, he's a much darker brute. He's not the brightest light bulb out there, but at the same time, when it comes to war, he's brilliant.
The direction is more pissed.
Okay. As pissed as you can get.
The most valuable I can be is to take what the creator of the game has been imagining and seeing on paper for a long time and bringing it to life with the voice, and trying to find different ways to get to actors to achieve what he wants to do. Try one thing, if you would, Kevin.
Yeah.
Take the breath after stables, and then you can finish off the phrase.
Okay.
The most frustrating thing about doing voiceover is the amount of time you've got to do each line. You've got to repeat it, but you've got to also do it in so many different ways, so many different inflections, and you end up losing your voice.
Have you not killed enough of your family?
That's a
Good. That's very good. It was a slam dunk. He really brought a passion to the character. He was very professional. His voice was kind of running out. That's when he gave some of his best stuff.
Fantastic. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you. It wasn't the same Hercules, not even close to it. So it was a darker and more sinister person and a more evil person to deal with and play. But from my standpoint, it was a lot of fun.
It's the way to start.
New day of recording. Very excited about it. Today we're doing Rip Torn and Malcolm McDowell. The game's based on Greek mythology. This guy's like the Smith god, and he's like
always the Vulcan.
Yes, exactly.
The Roman name for Hephaestus is Vulcan. He's the god of fire, and he's a great blacksmith. The greatest thing you have on stage is the other actor.
I don't get extra pay for this.
Thank you. They are entertainment, and they are movies, and you can get involved in it. It kind of gives you a semblance of what live theater used to be when you had audience participation. Yeah, I kind of look like that.
Ghost of Sparta. It is you. Well. I thought Zeus would have killed you by now.
Daedalus.
Oh, and what does he do?
He's the inventor. He also created the labyrinth.
The labyrinth? Wow. And where is the golf course?
It's really cool. Eat lunch with Malcolm McDowell. You can't beat that.
The ice storm. That will give me the power to bring my son back to me. Where is my boy?
Awesome.
You bastards!
That was awesome.
We need one for coverage, but that was
We want to protect it with one more, please?
Oh, we're not gonna go protecting all these takes, are we?
Yeah,
Don't
we
tell
are.
me we're gonna do 2 fucking takes. Why don't you just use a bit of proper tape? Why do we have to do 2 takes of everything?
Well, because we
Not for protection.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Let us listen to it.
That's nonsense.
And we're going to listen to one line and be right with you.
Okay. You don't mind, right? Because it's really, if I'm in a jag and it's going, it's going.
I hear you. Could we do the line to escape it, please,
Yes.
one more time?
Tell me what you need.
The word catalyst had a little bit of a squirtle to it.
Okay?
Okay? When you're ready?
Okay. To escape it, we must assemble it.
Actors are so varied and so different in the way they work, and to find what that key in there is and unlock that door with them and then be able to play is really a challenge and a kick at the same time.
He said that if I took the liquid fire and the sling, oh, my boy, oh, my child.
You know, I actually like that. That's different than what we thought.
Terrific, thank you.
I like it.
Vengeance on the king of gods. You'll need an army of gods, And weapons. Of course, weapons. I could build. I could use the fire of Hades. Wait, please. Please, wait. Free me. Free me from my torture.
We're good. We're good.
Thank you, Spot. Thanks, Barton. I say, thanks so much.
Cheers, sir.
I say squatta.
We're not used to people coming in here and nailing it so, like, basically knocking it out of the park like this. So
Oh, really?
we had more time, so.
Well, no, okay. Well, listen, I just thought, oh my God, I thought I had reams and reams and I had to do everything twice. It was like, oh my God, if you've got it, right?
Right. Yeah, we got some great stuff.
Great.
It's fantastic.
Terrific.
Good.
Thank you. My pleasure. To work with Malcolm McDowell and Rip Torn in the same day.
Same day, yeah.
Pretty wild experience.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me, too, the different acting styles, because Malcolm McDowell's very much the Royal Shakespeare Company, and it comes in, you know, word for word like that. And Rip Torn is more of the old actor's studio, and he's a little bit up and down and nowhere, but out of that comes a gold of its own kind.
There's an extra level of dimension and texture that we got to them that's just through the fact that they're fucking good actors.
Now that we've gotten the recording part of it down, my stress level has decreased a great deal.
Now you can have a glass of wine.
Now I can have a glass of wine.
You are the reason I live in torment.
He told me he would kill you.
He can't. Perhaps he did allow me to kill the Nemean lion, but he made your name known amongst the people. A fierce warrior, a killer made a hero, a man made a god.
But you, what have you done with my child? My boy, where is my boy?
Your son is dead, Daedalus.
My boy, my child, no, no, no!
Ainda antes da era do ocaso dos deuses, uma lenda ergueu-se para reclamar o seu lugar entre eles. E embora Kratos se tenha sentado no trono como o novo deus da guerra, ele foi assombrado por visões da sua família. Uma família que ele próprio assassinou. Mas as mãos da morte não o conseguiriam derrotar. As irmãs do destino não o conseguiriam controlar. E nesse dia, o homem, a lenda, Kratos, terá a sua vingança.
que é que irás fazer, pai? Já não te podes esconder atrás das saias de Atena.
Atena está morta por causa da raiva que te consome, Kratos. Que mais irás tu destruir?
As mãos da morte não me derrotaram. As irmãs do destino não me seguraram. E tu não verás o fim deste dia. Eu terei a minha vingança.
Criança petulante, não tolerarei mais a tua insolência.
Eu não aguento muito mais.
Se te ajudar, ambos cairemos. Neste momento, Zeus ganha!
A destruição de Zeus foi porque me salvaste da morte.
Eu salvei-te para servir os titãs.
Não me negues a minha vingança.
Ouve-me bem, Kratos. Foste um mero peão, nada mais. Zeus não é mais da tua preocupação. Esta é a nossa guerra, não a tua!
Eu vivi como um guerreiro. Eu morri como um deus. Eu sofri o derradeiro sacrifício. Eu vi negada a libertação. Eu derrotarei o Olimpo. Eu terei a minha vingança.
Kratos? Será possível? Quer isto dizer que o Lord Hades não reina mais?
O deus do submundo está morto.
Morto? Hades merecia sofrer, embora achasse a sua morte impossível.
Os olímpicos subestimam-se.
Interessante. Lembrar-me-ei disso, espartano. Precisas da alma de um deus para usar o portal de Hyperion, Kratos. E esse já não é usado há séculos. Deve estar estragado. Senão eu teria visto a minha vela. Sabes, Kratos, não fui sempre assim. Um monstro. Fui, em tempos, o artífice mais premiado de todo o Olimpo. Zeus recompensou-me com o casamento com a bela Afrodite. Minha mãe gabava-se do meu talento. Mas o dia em que mataste Ares foi o dia em que o meu mundo me foi tirado. Nesse dia, Zeus tornou-se o demónio que conheces. O pior foi quando levou a minha adorada filha, Pandora. A minha razão de viver. Passei o tempo aqui, tentando recriá-la. Falhei uma vez e outra. Ela ainda vive, espartano. Eu sinto. Tu, Kratos, podes trazê-la de volta.
A tua filha não é da minha conta.
Mas de certo compreendes. Também já foste um pai.
A caixa de Pandora? O que significa isto?
Os olhos não te iludem, Kratos. É a mesma caixa que abriste anos atrás. O poder para matar um deus ainda repousa nela.
Eu libertei esses poderes quando matei Ares.
Não. Preso dentro da caixa está um poder mais forte. Tem estado ausente do mundo. Tudo começou quando Zeus triunfou sobre os titãs na Grande Guerra. Zeus compreendeu que os males nascidos dessa batalha, se libertos, destruiriam o mundo dos homens e dos deuses. Para conter estes males, Zeus encarregou Hefesto de construir um recipiente forte para os conter. Medo, ganância, ódio. Trancou-os a todos nessa caixa, na esperança que nunca mais infectassem o seu reino. Quando abriste a caixa para matar Ares, alimentaste-te de poderes proibidos. Após testemunhar a tua vitória, o medo tomou Zeus.
Mas a chama é mortal. Como posso recuperar a caixa?
Com a portadora do seu nome.
Pandora?
Ela é a chave da destruição da chama. A chave para a nossa vingança. Isto será difícil, espartano?
Uma simples criança não me transformará, Atena.
Espero que não, fantasma de Esparta.
Afrodite, eu sabia que voltarias para mim. Kratos, diz-me, Afrodite conquistou mais um deus da guerra?
Essa é uma questão que deves pôr à tua esposa. Eu procuro o labirinto.
Eu pensei que procurasse apenas a chama. O que poderias querer do... Não! Fica longe dela! Mantém-te longe da Pandora, Kratos! É por tua causa que ela está no labirinto? A razão de eu viver no inferno?
Não te fiz mal nenhum, Hefesto!
Oh, mas fizeste, espartano! Tu abriste a caixa!
Fiz o que tinha de ser feito.
É óbvio que não compreendes. Os males da Grande Guerra não podiam ser facilmente contidos. Forjei a caixa com um poder maior que o dos próprios deuses. A chama do Olimpo. Enquanto o metal ganhava forma, percebi que a chama era o melhor lugar para a proteger. A fechadura estava pronta. Só precisava de uma chave, uma forma de resgatar a caixa. Criada a partir do coração da chama, a chave veio a ganhar vida própria. Pandora. Uma criança, nem viva nem morta. Comecei a gostar dela e ela acabou por me amar como um pai. Quando Zeus veio para levar a caixa, escondi a minha Pandora. Eu disse-lhe que guardar a caixa nas costas de Cronos seria o mais seguro. Afinal, quem derrotaria o Titã? Menti. Filo para salvar a minha filha. Certamente compreendes isso. Foi o teu triunfo ao usar a caixa que revelou o meu engano. Zeus torturou-me até eu confessar a verdade sobre a minha adorada Pandora. Ele levou-a, deixando-me sozinho no meu tormento. Ah, não percebes? Se a levares até à chama...
Percebe isto, Deus Ferreiro. Nada me impedirá de destruir Zeus.
Mas, se tu... Estás certo, espartano. Se levar à morte de Zeus, ficarei feliz por te ajudar. Talvez. Sim, claro. Precisaremos da pedra ônfalos. Farei uma arma com ela.
Eu tenho armas.
Ah, mas não como esta. Esta arma dar-te a desforra que tão justamente mereces. A pedra encontra-se no poço de Tártaro. Pará-la e ajudar-te-ei.
A esperança dá-nos força. É razão de aqui estarmos. É com ela que lutamos quando tudo o resto está perdido.
Bom trabalho, Kratos. Liberta da submissão do Olimpo e purificada pelo caos, a humanidade está agora preparada para ouvir a minha mensagem.
Olha à tua volta, Atena. O mundo está em ruínas. De que serve a tua mensagem?
Se quiseres, vai. Mas primeiro insisto que me dês o poder que se encontra dentro da caixa.
A caixa estava vazia.
Não pode ser verdade. Consigo vê-lo nos teus olhos. Usaste o meu poder para matar Zeus. Ainda o tens neste momento. Será que não entendes? E quando Zeus juntou todos os males e os colocou na caixa, temi pelo que aconteceria se fosse novamente aberta. Assim, convoquei a mais poderosa arma do mundo e coloquei-a na caixa.
Já te disse, estava vazia. Pandora sacrificou-se em vão. Ela morreu pela minha necessidade de vingança.
Tens de estar enganado. Usaste o meu poder para matar Zeus. Eu vi-te fazê-lo. A não ser... É claro. Quando abriste a caixa, libertaste os males para os deuses. Infectaste-os. Mudaste-os. O próprio Zeus tornou-se vítima dos males. Por isso ficou tão enraivecido e obcecado com a tua morte. Ele foi consumido pelo mal. Medo. Pensei que o poder que coloquei na caixa nunca tivesse sido libertado. Todos estes anos assumi que te alimentaste dos males para destruir Ares. Estava errada. O poder que tiraste da caixa é meu. Foi a caixa que te deu o poder que Zeus nunca conseguiu destruir. Um poder suficientemente grande para conquistar o medo. Nas profundezas do teu ser, Kratos, existe a esperança. Manteve-se enterrado, encurralado pela tua culpa e pelos teus fracassos. Quando mataste Zeus, deves ter permitido que algo o acordasse. O que foi, Kratos?
A esperança dá-nos força. É razão de aqui estarmos. É com ela que lutamos quando tudo o resto está perdido.
O que foi, Kratos?
Só me recordo de tudo aquilo que perdi.
É por isso que me deves dar o poder. Compreendo o seu real significado e sei onde pertence. Confio que faças a coisa certa, Kratos.
Não devias.
Tu deves-me isto, Kratos.
Não te devo nada!
Eu tornei-te um deus. Eu protegi-te da ira do Olimpo. Eu proporcionei-te que te vingasses de Zeus.
Acabou, Atena.
Tu ousarias abater-me? Outra vez?
A minha vingança acaba aqui.
Seu tolo! O que foste fazer? Não! Isso foi-me destinado! Eles não saberão o que fazer com isso! Tu desiludes-me, espartano.